The anime begins with our main character, Yuuya Tenjou, who was walking down an alleyway. He hears a girl pleading for someone to stop. We see 3 men surrounding a girl and refusing to let her go. Yuuya musters up the courage to tell the men to stop. The men became upset and started taking it out on Yuuya by beating him up. The men took off shortly after the police arrived on the scene. The girl asked Yuuya if he was okay, offering him a shoulder to stand up on, but Yuuya just said that he was fine and walked away. Yuuya goes back home to find that his front door had been vandalized. We learned that he was bullied his whole life, from home, where he was hated by his parents and siblings, to all the way from primary school through high school, where the bullying only got worse. The only person that ever showed him any kindness was his grandpa, who had passed away. He thought back to what his grandpa told him. Even when things are rough, if you treat others with kindness, happiness will find you too. After his grandpa passed away, he left him his house and all his possessions. His parents still tried to take it all from him, but luckily, his grandpa's legal paperwork had left them with no option but to give up. After that, they renounced their relationship from Yuuya, who now lives alone working part-time jobs. It's graduation day at Yuuya's school. Most of the students were happily taking pictures with their friends, celebrating their last day at school, except for our protagonist, Yuuya, who was standing alone behind the school, reading his yearbook, which was signed with insults. He tried to run away from school where he felt unwelcome, but he was tripped down by a group of bullies. He told the bullies that he had to get to his job, to which they ignored and started beating him up while everybody laughed and took pictures. Yuuya arrived at work late and was scolded by his boss, who told him that he had been fired for being late. With nothing left to do, Yuuya went back home. He was washing up in the mirror, but the day's events were too much for him. In a fit of rage, he punched the mirror until his fists were bleeding. After a fateful punch to the wall, Yuuya notices that the wall was making some mechanical noises. The wall opened and revealed a secret room that was hidden behind the wall this whole time. He finds himself in a strange room with all sorts of masks and weird artifacts. He recalls that his grandpa would always travel around the world and bring back strange souvenirs, and probably hid them all in this secret room. Yuuya notices a strange door that had a weird design on it. He pushes it open, and inside, he finds an otherworldly room. Stepping through the room, he sees a pop-up in front of him that informs him he had obtained some skills and titles, which to his disbelief seemed to imply that he had traveled into another world. By using his appraisal skill, he learns that the door is called a door to another world, which nobody knows why it suddenly appeared. He uses his appraisal skill to check his other titles and notices he has a few other useful skills also, like the asset conversion skill, which lets him convert any object into currency, and the transfer skill, which lets him teleport the door to his current location. He brings up his stats, and to his disappointment, all his stats are at level 1. He finds out, however, that in his case, he can get some extra points which he can distribute to his stats later. Yuuya finds a note left on the table that was written in a foreign language that he did not understand. He used his language comprehension skill to read it. It turns out the original owner of the house was nearing the end of his life and decided to leave his house and everything in it to whoever finds it. He goes outside to explore and learns that everything within the fence is counted as the owner's land. While exploring the weapons, he finds a spear that is unbreakable, pierces through anything to hit its target, and always returns to the owner's hand. A death scythe that can even kill the god of death, infinity gauntlets that serve as armor and as a weapon, and a bow that has infinite arrows that can also shoot through anything in the world. Because he tried all the weapons, he got the true martial arts skill that allows him to use all weapons and do all forms of hand-to-hand combat skillfully. While storing the weapons into his item box, a level 300 bloody ogre charged at him. He was terrified, but luckily, nobody could enter his house's area except for him. Out of curiosity, Yuuya tried throwing the spear at the ogre. The ogre was instantly killed and left with a hole in his abdomen. After killing the ogre, he leveled up to level 100 with all his skills at level 1000. He went over to the ogre's corpse and picked up the loot that the ogre dropped. He distributed his 10,000 bonus points to his skills and went back home. While going through the door, his asset conversion skill triggered, asking him if he wanted to convert the loot that he picked up earlier. He converted it and was now 1.5 million yen richer. In the middle of the night, Yuuya's body started mutating. When morning came, unbeknownst to Yuuya, we found that he had transformed into a slim, handsome man. He goes back to the other world and changes into nicer magical clothes. Yuuya tends to the plants in the garden and finds that the previous owner had planted a lot of overpowered herbs For example, a herb that can heal any kind of illness, and a lot of other plants that can increase stats after being eaten. Yuuya is attacked by monsters again, this time a huge level 200 hell slime, to which he calmly attacks using his spear. He loots the monster and finds a rare drop item, which is a necklace that can increase the wielder's stats. After wearing the necklace, he gained a new skill that allows him to sense the presence of others. Using his asset conversion skill, he converts the loot he picked up into 500,000 yen to buy himself a new school uniform. After defeating an elite goblin in a fierce fight, Yuuya felt hopeless when he realizes that no matter how strong he gets in this world, everything is going to be the same when he goes to school tomorrow. The next day, on his way to school, everybody is looking at him in awe. Yuuya sits at his desk when he is greeted by the familiar voice of his bully, asking him if he was a transfer student. To everyone's surprise, he says that he is Yuuya Tenjou. Everybody is shocked by this. Until this point, Yuuya hasn't had a chance to look at himself after he destroyed the mirror in his house back then. He rushed to the bathroom to look at himself in the mirror. To his surprise, he had really transformed into a handsome guy. His school bullies and his siblings surrounded him behind the school and asked him what he did to look like this. His siblings were busy insulting him when suddenly a black limo pulled up. A familiar girl came out from the limo. It was the girl that Yuuya saved at the start of the story. She asked him if he was Yuuya Tenjou, after which she revealed that she also has the same powers.